Hello Internet, welcome to this video. In this video, I have something really important to talk about. I don't know when the last time I did one of these type of videos were. I know it was in this house, which is great. But I had a really like vivid dream recently, and I need to discuss it. I need to like document it somewhere. And so why not YouTube? Hi, how are you? I always have very vivid dreams. To the point where like my dreams don't really like stand out all that much to me anymore. Like I always have like really vivid dreams. So it doesn't like surprise me when I wake up and I've just had like a really vivid dream or whatever. But last night I had the weirdest fucking dream that I've ever had. And I've had some weird dreams. Like I've had really weird dreams before. Like I've dreamt that the Bella twins and Katie Lee Burchell were fighting at my pool and like weird shit. So like, yeah, this one was like extra weird. So to give some context, I am transitioning. If you have watched any of these videos like this, you probably know that. But for anybody who's new, hi, how are you? I'm Jason. Nice to meet you. I'm transitioning male to female. Have chosen not to present yet, just for my own safety, but hopefully that's going to change very soon. Because fuck it, honestly, I just want to be happy. And ever since before I started hormones, I have dreamt in post-transition. I don't really dream in like pre-transition. I don't dream in this. When I dream, it's not this Jason. It's Jade. It's the woman who I aspire to be and who I dream that I'm going to be. So for me to have a dream where I am pre-transition, like this, like the dream I had last night, is extra weird. So the dream was in pre-transition for most of the dream. It does end in post-transition, which we'll get into that. So let's just do it. My aunt, who is a very important person in my life, had come over in the dream to tell us that she dated this dude for like a really hot second, and he apparently had been sent to jail for whatever reason, and she said that he was actually like a murderer and he escaped basically, and he might be out to get her and out to get us. So my mom was put on edge by that. I was definitely put on edge by that. Kind of everyone in the household in my dream was put on edge by that. But it's weird. There's like that particular scene in my dream where it's like, yeah, he's like a killer and he might be out to get us. And then like it cuts to like my mother, her fiance, my roommate Tommy, and myself coming back from somewhere. It was like nighttime or some shit. And oh, this is so weird. Just a little bit more context. My grandparents, who lived in this house that I'm currently living in, passed away. My grandfather in April of 2018. My grandmother in September of 2018. And this year was their 1-year anniversaries, which is like really hard. But for my grandpa's 1-year anniversary, he showed up in my dream and just kind of like gave me really good affirmations about like the path that I'm on is the right path and da. And not da, like I'm not taking what he said seriously. It's just like a lot of really like just things I wish my grandpa would have told me that he never did. And to get that affirmation was great. Then for my grandma's year anniversary, she didn't come through in any way. she didn't, like, make her presence known in any of my dreams up until the most recent one, the one last night. So what happens is, in the dream, we unlock the door, we walk inside the house, and there's this dude in, like, giant janitor overalls, and, like, not Michael Myers. The overalls were, like, black, and, like, this dude was, like, old and weird. But, yeah, old and weird. And Tommy, Mom, and Don all kind of, like, like, stop at him, but, like, I almost didn't notice him, because the kitchen, my mom renovated the kitchen. It has, like, really pretty marble floors now, and, like, white walls and stuff. Originally, the kitchen had this, like, really, I liked it, really 50s wallpaper with, like, 50s, like, tile on the floors. Just because I personally really like the 1950s, and I'm inspired by the fashion of the 1950s, not necessarily, like, all the bad things, but, like, the fashion, you know, and the, like, home decor. So the original layout of the kitchen was, it was very, like, right out of 1950s. There were, like, these women on the walls, like, almost like gingerbread women on the walls. It was wallpaper and stuff. My mom painted over and tore down and stuff. And my grandma used to sit at this, like, round table. That table has since been removed and is, like, just, like, kind of a rectangle table in our kitchen. But the kitchen was exactly how it was before my grandma and grandpa passed. So it was, like, the retro kitchen. So I didn't even notice the creepy serial killer dude. All I noticed was, like, my grandma sitting at the table in the spot that she would sit in reading a book. And I heard, like, a soccer game going on in the living room, and my grandpa was a really huge, like, soccer fan. He helped found, like, the Denver soccer leagues. So he's watching soccer, grandma's at her table reading, and the serial killer dude is leaning up against the fucking counter. And, like, it wasn't, like, I almost was, like, blinded, but, like, didn't see anything else, because, like, I sat down across from my grandma, and I just, like, I stared at her, and, she was just reading, and, like, she was just reading, and, like, Tommy, at that point, like, I was just very mesmerized by my grandma being in my dream, and Tommy decided that, like, he needs to, like, try to calm down serial killer dude for whatever reason. So Tommy walked up to serial killer dude and was like, hey, like, we don't intend to hurt you, we're not gonna call the cops or anything, just please, like, don't harm us. And the serial killer dude with a butter knife, which is so weird, because, like, butter knives can't, like, really hurt you, right? So this dude with a butter knife, like, a serial killer dude, like, stabbed Tommy, like, through the stomach and stuff, like, to the point where, like, it was, like, through his stomach, like, serial killer's hand was, like, through Tommy's stomach, like, it was weird, but it was almost like a moment that was, like, frozen in time, as, like, Tommy had, like, was leaning up against, like, the counter after being stabbed, dying. Serial killer dude was, like, frozen in space. At that point, I have no recollection in my dream where my mom and her fiance went. But it was, like, almost like freeze frame. All I could hear was, like, the soccer game, and just kept looking at my grandma, and my grandma in the most, like, this is when, like, it was kind of like a snap back to reality in the dream, because my grandma ended up, like, from her book, like this, like, whipping her head up and going, run. And the way my grandma said it in the dream was, like, something I have never heard in real life from her. I've heard my grandma get mad, I've heard her be serious, but not like the dream was. Like, it was the most, like, serious, like, moment that, like, I've ever, like, heard. And so I grabbed my car keys, which, like, for whatever reason, I really remember what my car keys looked like, because they are what my car keys look like, which sounds so weird, but like, normally in my dream, like, things like my car keys are just, like, minute details that, like, um, don't really stick out, but for whatever reason, in this particular dream, my car keys and, like, the motion of me, like, grabbing my car keys is, like, a really, like, stuck in my head particular moment. And, like, my car keys, of course, it's, like, my key fob thing. Um, and there's a Betty Boop key. It's my house key. And my grandma's favorite, like, character was Betty Boop. And so that's why I have that particular, like, key for my house. And so in the dream, I'm running. And, like, in the dream, I don't even think about, like, where's Dawn? Where's Mom? Should I try to save Tommy? Is my brother here? I should try to save my dogs. Like, none of that even crossed my mind in the dream. I just, like, I ran into my car and I started my car, and in my dream, I'm driving away down the street. And this is when it gets, like, extra weird. But I'm kind of trying to, like, I'm trying to piece together the pieces as best as possible to kind of, like, make some sense out of the dream to myself. Because at this point, like, I don't really have much, like, sense of it. So I'm driving in post-transition, and then almost like sand. Like, I, like, disintegrate into sand, like, as I'm driving. It's like a scene out of a movie. Like, my car turns into sand, I turn into sand, and, like, there's sand in front of me. Then I come, like, it's like disintegrating into sand, going into sand, like, it's like that. And, like, when I cross, like, going into sand and disintegrating into sand, I come out on the other side post-transition, and how I want myself to look post-transition, and how I normally dream of myself, and how all of my dreams have been, like, even before taking HRT, when I, like, figured out that I'm trans, in post-transition. And at that point, like, I woke up in real life, and I had immense feelings of guilt, and I've kind of, like, put that to, like, I didn't care about helping anybody else. Like, I was very, like, in a flight or fight situation. It's clear that I will run away and not give a fuck about anybody else, which is something that's really, like, it's kind of hard for me to deal with. Like, recently I was called a narcissist by someone really close to me, and that has been bugging me more so recently than it did originally when they had called me that. And the fact that, like, my go-to instinct is to, like, run away without trying to help anybody, like, kind of bothers me. But it also, like, I know in a fight or flight situation, I'm gonna run away, and I'm gonna, like, I'm gonna preserve myself. Like, it's such a selfish fucking, like, it's not even a selfish way of thinking. Like, I feel like the majority of people would do that, but, like, because of the whole narcissistic comment, like, it really just sticks out to me right now, and I don't fucking like it. And, like, so I woke up feeling guilt for that, like, flight response that I naturally had. And, I woke up feeling guilt, fear, and a little bit of, like, happiness, contentment, in a way. Obviously, I know where the guilt and the fear came from, but I think I'm honestly just now, like, trying to, like, piece together where the happiness came from. And I think, like, as I was telling it again, because this is the third time I've told it, I told the dream to my aunt, my mom, and now to you guys. But now I think I know where the happiness has come from, in, like, my feelings when I first woke up. Because, of course, there's fear, because in the dream it was a serial killer and someone died and I was running away. Guilt, because I ran away without helping anybody. Happiness, because, like, for the past, like, couple months, my grandma's anniversary was September 2nd. So it's been 2 months, and I have not had any contact with her in a dream. And the fact that I was able to get contact, even if it was like a little bit of contact, and the only like thing that she told me to do was run, is like monumental, because I've been like, every night I've been going to sleep like waiting for her to show up in one of my dreams, and she hasn't yet, and she like finally did. And it's a big deal to me because like I really miss them. I've been missing them more lately than before for whatever reason, and I don't know why I'm missing them so much right now. But so I'm really happy that I got to see her, even if it wasn't a really like shit fucking dream. I'm really happy I was able to see her. Along with that, I think a part of the happiness comes from the end of the dream, because as I was like, as post transition me was fading away into sand, and or pre-transition me was fading away into sand, and post-transition me was fading out of the sand, I felt it, like it was almost like the stamp of approval in a way. Like my grandpa in my dreams have given me that stamp of approval in regards to my transition. But I hadn't got that from my grandma yet. And I've been transitioning for a year now, and I hadn't got that. Even in the other dreams that she has made her presence known in before her anniversary and stuff. So, like, it was in a weird way kind of like the stamp of approval that I've been, like, looking for in my dreams in regards to my grandma, and just her acknowledging, like, I know this is what you're doing and you're on the right track. Because my grandpa gave me that acknowledgement on his year anniversary, and I was really hoping to get that from my grandma on hers, and it didn't come. But I got it today, or last night, and at least I feel I got, in a way, it last night, because of the overwhelming, like, sense of, like, because the mix of emotions of guilt, fear, and happiness are so, like, distinct, and, like, as I, like, keep reiterating this dream, because this is the third time now that I'm reiterating it, more and more pieces are falling together, and I'm starting to understand more and more why I got certain feelings when I woke up, and what they could mean, or what I'm going to interpret them to mean. So yeah, I I really hope, like, I don't know, like, I don't really, like, I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below if, like, y'all have any, like, crazy dreams and stuff, and, like, what you interpreted them as. If you know how to interpret dreams and stuff, like, let me know what you think about this dream in the comment section. Yeah. It's weird, because right now I'm feeling like there's, like, more that, like, there's more to it than what I've already discovered, but, like, it's not coming to me right now, and that's frustrating. So yeah. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Please like, comment, share this with your friends, subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single day. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.